Welcome to a zerok Zero Wars match, where we do have a bit of a weird one. Just because of the fact that we've got a 4 versus 3, even though there are only 3 spawn points of course. And it is also an incredibly high level match with double singularity rank, double neutron star as well, and HQ of course these days a singularity rank as well. So yeah, higher level than this you're not really going to get. Already the right team, apparently with an insane eco, but I see reclaim, so that makes sense. And also has the 4 metal per second from the middle. Over here, moderator is going to try and find it. And does indeed, because, well, the flea wasn't set to hold fire. But anyways, over on the right hand side, we saw a lot of reclaim, which I do find... Oh, I don't find it interesting at all, because this one is being reclaimed and this one has been reclaimed. That makes sense then. Of course, that's always very nice to do, because you can upgrade your maxes, and of course, just place a couple of nanoflames, invest like a couple of metal, and then you can reclaim your factory, which gives you back a lot of metal. And of course, using that you can upgrade your maxes to level 3, level 4, making them like 7 per second, 5 per second, while on the other team with all 3 factories still being up. These are level 1 and 2, making only 1 or 3 metal each. So not a whole lot. Same over here, 2, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. So indeed a lot less metal available. Couple of magpies coming in, okay. Shield doesn't recharge that quickly, and the team that once it takes down the turret does get a little bit of a bonus, so you don't want to lose that. And of course giving that extra 4 metal per second to each of the players in the middle is very, very nice. Still, with those higher level maxes, the right hand team is still way ahead in eco. Slowly well, not even slowly, draining the shield. Already only like 3500 shield left. And with the enemy hero units not engaging, you can pretty much just push it a little bit. Also, this is going to be a long match, a very long match, like over 40 minutes. Where we've also been told that, well, we're going to have detriments, which are a double-edged sword, because of course, it's a game where, well, you can't really control your units, and that means they clump up, and once your detriment explodes, yeah, that's not really going to be the nicest thing for you. Flee on the middle area, so indeed, just when the moderator moves away, immediately that 4 metal per second goes to the right-hand team, who has double the eco. They're also starting to build a couple of units by now. A couple of bulkheads, of course. Artillery, always nice. But once again, pushed off of the middle. Flee. Doing a pretty good damage. But once again, left-hand team with the middle again. I will also probably be speeding this match up a little bit, just because we know it's going to take a long time. And at least for now, people are still just building up the eco. We don't have a lot of units on the field, with multiple commanders and all that out as well. Not a whole lot is happening. Couple of crashes also out. No, going to be nice because you're facing off against both gunships and airplanes from the left team. And hey, who do we have there? Orange finally moving forward with their commander as well. Shooting down the airplanes. Quite nice. Apparently a way longer range than I would have ever thought. Or is that just the... Yeah, I don't really know why the range is so different. Maybe it has different range for anti-air. Yeah, anti-air micro laser. Yep, okay. Makes sense, that one is double the range. But for now, turret for the left-hand team will stay up, will not really get damaged at all either, because the, well, eastern team doesn't really have any units. And this one's still regenning, but is still, well, in a little bit of danger. Commanders from the eastern team being taken out. And with quite a good number of buoys still. Turret might go down soon. First couple of Phoenix from Logix or Electric Boogaloo, since they are grouped up, coming out, or like are out by now. So push has actually been stopped, and the bulkhead numbers are pretty decent. Stop the fire as well, so they slow down a whole lot, making them ideal units to, well, clump up, get for multiple waves on the field at the same time. And just 2 crashers, yeah, that's not going to be enough against your numbers, harpies, whatever. Also, Flea, what you doing there? I never knew this was possible. Not that it is all the... Well, maybe that is useful. Maybe not. Okay, seems like you can't actually destroy the enemy iPad. In that case, it's not that useful. Yeah, no. I was like, well, maybe you can destroy that by going around the side, but if you can't destroy those, yeah, then there is no real point to it. Unless, what's the longest range? Well, no, it's only Flea that would be able to do that. Yeah, no, there is really no point then. Okay. Well, Eastern Team, once again, has secured the middle area. And with the buoys and all that going down, they should be able to hold on to it as well, for now. But as I said before, I will be speeding it up just a little bit. Just going to 3x speed for now. Eco for the Eastern Team also still a lot better. Even without the reclaim, their eco is just better. Over here, level 4 and level 5 maxes, 4 and 3. And these are all level 4. Whereas on this side we've got 5, 5, 4, 6, 6 and 7. Yeah, that's a lot of reclaim. And over here, hey, someone is going for chickens. And 5, 4, 4. So, it's not that much better actually. But still, significant because the difference between, well, level 7s and level 6 is already 2 metal. With level 9 is another 2 metal. Each upgrade, yeah. So yeah, they do have a lot more eco. Actually, surprising. Somehow they managed to struggle for energy. Alright. That's interesting. Didn't know that was possible. But by now, surprisingly enough, the Western team has actually, well, seemingly secured the middle area. Not really something that the Eastern team is seemingly going to be not taking back anytime soon. And with the Crow on the field now as well, I will be slowing it down at least for that now. Crow not doing a whole lot. Of course, the difficult thing about Crow and Dante and all that, well, especially Crow, is that manual fire weapon. You want to be right on top of the enemy, but the AI, of course, with attack move, is just going to hold it at max range, so the bombs are unlikely to do anything. That's a very nice death animation from that Raven. Phoenix. And all of a sudden, Eastern team has taken back the middle. Okay, a little bit surprised about that. And that's a lot of magpie. Couple of bombs from the chickens coming in. Is someone actually making Sparrow? Oh yeah, they do have a Sparrow there. I don't really know what the point of a Sparrow would be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would want a Sparrow. Just seems like something that's well, going to be shot down too quickly. It's not going to provide all that much intel. But hey, maybe it does. Anyways, by now, Phantoms, level 7, level 8. So, yeah, with manual fire weapon as well. Gas turret should also still be piercing, even though some weapons work slightly differently, or like units work slightly differently. Gas turret is still a piercing weapon. And yeah, as you can see here, yeah, that crow is just staying at max range, not doing a whole lot. Reclaiming 100 a second. Is that going to be plane reclaim? No? Oh, yes it is. Okay. I saw Logix talk about that a little bit. But, yeah, okay. Also, I did not know that you could build funnel web using your cons. First time I see that in Zero Wars. But still, even without all of that reclaim, they're like 20 or more eco ahead of the Western team. Yeah, that is a lot. Purely just looking at value, it's a little bit skewed, of course, in Zero Wars. But look at that, 20,000 more eco value. Not that much more, but still 1,000 more invested. That will pay off. And we've already said it before, right? This match is going to take over 40 minutes, so upgrading a metal extractor pays back in 500 seconds. This is a level 5, I believe. Yeah, level 5. So yeah, even just upgrading them up to level 9, it pays off in 1,000 seconds. That would still be worth it. And oh my, I guess one of those maxes was just upgraded. Because otherwise I don't know how you would suddenly have a 5k eco gap. Yeah, that is going to be a bit of an issue for the Western team. In terms of army though, for now, yeah, that's, I mean, because of how it works with the units in the middle, seemingly a large lead there for the Western team. But yeah, that's just with how Zero Wars works. But still, that eco difference is the one to mainly look at. Yeah, 6k more, that's a whole lot of extra metal for you. First couple of lance are out. Also, does it have extra HP, this Sparrow? No, just 350. I guess the flea itself just doesn't really do any damage. But lance, blubbers, long range artillery is coming out onto the field. And even a little bit of a shield ball. Oh, hey, funnel web. Yeah, shield ball, sure. Not a whole lot of DPS with it. Aspers are sometimes a little bit weird with how they move. And well, gone is the shield ball. Also, somehow these heroes are still just level 7. Enemy heroes level 9 and level 10. This one is level 10 as well. So yeah, Eastern team in that regard behind quite a bit. But once again, we just see mainly halberd and all that. Enemy side, a lot of buoys, a lot of magpies. So many magpies that they can't even reload. But I do think it's wise to just speed up once again, just a little bit, because for now, not a whole lot of new things are coming onto the field. First time around we see a Merlin, I'm pretty sure. Turret is still staying up as well, though its shield has been drained for the most part. And the Chicken Queen, or like a White Dragon, not Queen, that's a different icon. White Dragon, yeah, sure. 32,000 HP, but it's gone. Yeah, the issue is, for me at least, I'm not really used to Zero Wars. It's a weird game mode, I don't play it. But yeah, in terms of army, especially with all of those planes that are still not being shot down. Because even though they are getting up a lot of Vandals, 48 Vandals, so divided by 2, so 24 Vandals, is a lot, sure. But it's still not enough to take care of, like, well, multiple Lecos, a ton of Magpies. Why is your Magpie all the way over here? Oh, it can actually rearm at the original airpad. That's kind of funny. Would it be worth it to just build more airplane factories just to get them into the fight quicker? Probably not. I mean, it's expensive and you only get a tiny benefit from it, but hey. But... okay, so apparently it is also possible to build. Is that something you can do? Oh, funnel web is special. I did not know about this. I knew, like, some of the shredders were locked into certain factories. Not sure if we have an example of that here. Doesn't seem like we do. Because of course not. That would be too convenient. No, you don't have it. You've just got your standard old Cyclops. That's Firewalker. Or maybe the mod has been updated. That it doesn't do that anymore. I'm not really sure. I remember that before, like Dante and all that. I believe Dante was Jump Pad Factory, right? Oh, I guess in that case it has been changed. I thought so. Not sure. Anyways, with funnel webs now building striders, yeah, we're going to see some of those come onto the field. Nebula is almost up for the Western team. Merlin we already saw before, of course. And Electric Boogaloo also apparently trying to use Silo, which I find a little bit questionable, honestly. Don't really expect it to do all that much damage. Where is your funnel web? There is your funnel web. Build me one of those. I mean, if the range has not changed, and I don't think it has, your tactical missiles can only reach, like, to the middle, and only the effect weapons like Xeno and Quake are able to hit any further. So I don't really see that as all that useful. And I'm just going to assume there is no special thing you can do with them, right? No, okay, you can't. Good. Anyways, Nebula on the field, 11,000 HP on that. With big old guns on it. Don't seem all that strong, actually. Not sure what kind of weapons it has. Kinetic driver. DPS of 100, so yeah, that's not all that much. And oh, turret now is gone. And other than that, it just has its shield. Okay, sure. Hello there, Nebula. Nope, turret is still here. I don't know why I thought the turret was gone. It is not. But the Nebula is gone. Over on this side, over on the left side, we do see Firewalker come out. It's not really my favorite because there is no way to control your units. So, especially if you or your teammate has a couple of low HP units in the field, they're just going to run through it and die themselves. I guess you do have the benefit that Bowie doesn't really struggle with that all that much. And it does counter your enemy's puppies quite nicely. And oh, there it is. Low taper fade. Soon, going to have that detriment up. And well, I feel like they're going to need that. Hello there, Nebula. I mean, I've never really looked all that closely at the model itself. It's a nice looking model. It feels a little thrown together, but hey, it's definitely looking very good. It's a nice looking model. How much longer until that detriment is going up? Well, there's a lot of that. It is close. It is soon coming in. Probably not going to be coming in this round. In this spawn round. For low taper fade. But next time around, it will come in. Detriment, you're almost ready to go. There you go, there it is. Detriment has finished constructing. And yeah, just barely misses out on the Detriment coming in this round. Is that going to lose them the game? That the Detriment spawns in one round later than you would have hoped? No. I mean, I guess Xeno is putting in some work. I mean, it is slowing down the Grizzlies and Buoys and everything else there. That does work. I just don't know if it's all that effective. At the same time, it's also not that expensive, right? It's a couple hundred for the missile. And I don't know, but I do assume so. Yeah, it seems like you do need to rebuild the missile every single time. It's not as if the missile is spawned in like 3 units. Also, a Paladin is up. And over here it's just Merlin battery and all that. Red's army once again coming in. That means the next spawn is the first Detriment. Still so much fire, nothing to see. Or at least you can't see anything through the explosions. That's one thing I definitely don't really like about Zero Walls. There is just so much stuff that you can't see anything. And there it comes. Detriment is out on the field. How much are you able to do? I mean, you can't retreat it, right? So, yeah, normally in a real game, once it gets damaged, you retreat it, you try to jump out, try to save it, but that's not an option. And I don't really see any conch either, so it's not as if it's going to be mass healed by someone. Oh yeah, spatulas, that's also part of the nebula, I believe. Don't really know how much damage those spatulas do. And well, there is the Detriment. How much does it do? Facing off against double nebula. Although those are not the strongest units ever. At least I don't think they are. Paladin helping out as well. Nebula, both going down. I don't see anything. And there it is. Detriment on the front lines, on its own pretty much right now. Limpets, I mean, trying their best. Not really getting in range, so hey. Doesn't really matter either. How much HP? If you die, we lose. Okay, still 65,000 HP left on the Detriment. That's a lot. And what do we have on this side? Well, we've got a couple of those white dragons. We've got a crew. You don't have anything all that scary, right? No, you don't. Next up, well, that's a lot of Amphibots, a lot of Grizzlies. And then over here, the Air Force with Nebulas. Honestly, doesn't look all that scary. But hey, if the detriment just goes down, you win! And I mean, I say that 20 grizzlies or however many they have, that's still a lot of damage. Detriment just swinging its arms around because it doesn't even know what to do. But that's second detriment. Nice thing about it is that because it has just so much HP and it is incredibly slow, well, things just clump up. It's easy to reinforce a detriment in that regard, just because it doesn't move forwards. HP now, 22,000. Getting up ultimatums is very unlikely to work in this type of game, just because you don't control them, there is so much going on, they're never going to get in range before getting killed. So yeah, you can forget about that. You need something else. And the detriment, oh my, detriment, the low HP detriment, lucky as it is, it's moving back. At least a little bit, sitting under the funnel web shield for now. Might have just saved you, because that means the other detriment is now the front line detriment, which means that it will get shot at least. Get mostly shot, mostly. Shot. Most of the shots will go to it, rather than the incredibly damaged detriment. Still though, couple of shots from anything, and it is dead. Sure, 10,000 HP sounds like a lot, but not when there are like a couple 100,000 worth of units on the field. Detriment once again, lucky that it stays inside of the shield. But now, once again, moving forwards. Look at that, that's a Phantom Commander. Those are of course, well, manually controlled, so might be focusing the detriment. And there it goes. That is not looking all that good for you. At least we don't get a massive explosion, but what do they have? They've got one detriment double paladin. I don't see anything else there. Reclaim it. Why you want it reclaimed? I mean, it was the thing that was pushing you forwards, at least it kind of felt like it. It's just that, yeah, it is highly volatile. Maybe place one on the left hand side, one on the right hand side, rather than placing them in the middle. Just because that way they don't take, well, each other down in the explosion. That they stay away from each other a little bit. Also, why does this detriment give the big old cloudy puff, while the other one just kind of disappeared? I don't know. Really weird. Also, yeah, with all of those funnel webs, I was talking about cons, sure, but like, funnel webs too, they heal you up real good. Build power of 400 in just those. All of a sudden, keeping a detriment alive is possible. Really quite possible. Nebula, let me check, just to be sure, because I'm pretty sure it also gives... yeah, it does have drones, that's for sure. I was mostly talking about, like, what kind of drones are they? Oh yeah, that's right, you can't really click drones. That's annoying. Don't really know the stats on those. Fireworks from all of those Xenos going on. Very nice and all that. But even at this stage, I'll just stay zoomed out a little bit. Just because everything is so incredibly hard to see. But yeah, next detriment, 30k, 25,000, 20,000, 10,000 HP, and it is gone. Still though? Yeah, 450,000. Destroy. It's a little bit weird, of course, with battle value tracker and all that. Looks like an awful fight there for the Eastern team. Economic value. How did you lose so much economic value? Really though? Because I don't think you're even able to downgrade maxes. How do you... Huh? And the middle doesn't give any kind of like... What? No. Huh? I don't get it. What did you get up that was technically classed as economic value? That's not funnel web, is it? No, no way it's funnel web. Still though, even with that weird looking graph, they're at 120,000 versus the enemy's 70,000. Feels a little insane. Total value, they're also still ahead by like 60k, but that means that, yeah, army value is a lot closer. Big ol' spike, but then Detriment goes boom, and all of a sudden half of it is gone. That's a bit of an issue. Those detriments, if they want to explode, they need to be in the front and not where they are now. Because this is value 100,000. That all goes down if that detriment explodes. Over here with the Grizzlies, I mean, it's still not looking great. I mean, you're still up against an enemy detriment, even though they want to reclaim it and all that. But there it goes. Funnel webs keeping a lot of stuff alive. But still, only 50% attrition in these fights, apparently. I still feel like that's a little questionable. But hey. How many on the field right now? In this section? 14 funnel webs. That's a lot of shield. How much shield? 120,000-ish available right now. Ultimatum, I was like, it's never going to get in range. It's trying its best, but it doesn't indeed not get in range. And once again, double detriment. Double detriment with an insanely large Dante behind. That's of course the... what do you call it? Commander? Hero Dante. Level 16? Yeah, level 16. 12,000 HP only. So yeah, it looks big and scary. It doesn't have that much. And once again, something explodes. Yeah, because that's special, right? In this game. No, it's really a matter of like, what are those detriments going to do for you? Are they going to explode and kill your entire base? I mean, they're close together, so one might take down the other one as well. By now, I mean, yeah, 20,000 HP, the other one is still like 50,000. But still, that means that, well, if they don't both explode at the same time, it might even be better for the Western team. Because now this one is heavily damaged, allows other units to catch back up, and then it can kill the rest of your team. Meanwhile, Paladins just kind of sitting there, not really moving forward. There they go again, a little bit. And there goes Detriment number 2. Yeah, all of a sudden one of those Paladins is gone as well. Detriment, they do seem to be split up a little bit, but I guess that's just pathing. Yeah, because they are placed together. And I mean, double Detriment is a lot of value, right? Or like a lot of HP. 170k HP in just those. Enemy is going for a ton of tremors. 21 tremors on the field right now. One of those units that has a long unpack time. So on attack move, it just sits down and it doesn't move until anything has been cleaned up. So it also like stacks up real nicely. Because they only have 4. Yet they managed to get 13 tremors at least in just this little section. So that's from 3 waves. that are still alive. You say Merlins aren't doing their job. I mean, there's a lot of Merlin on the field. And of course, it has a very nice range. Can hit, well, the enemy team and all that. Way better than, well, other units like Lance and all that for that job. Even Tremor is tiny range compared to a Merlin. And a couple of ultimatums, once again, going to try and move forwards. Not really getting close. This one though, oh, that one did get close. Got one shot off. And that is a one dead Detriment. Somehow taking down things that are all the way over here, inside of the shield. These Detriment explosions are looking kinda weird though today. Second Detriment also, of course, going down in the explosion. Or very, well, close to the explosion. But yeah, another 2 Detriments are there. Sure. You do have the middle area. You still have a lot more economy than the enemy. So you're holding ground. But if those Detriments keep going down, that could be a real big issue. Because once again, well, this is the next force coming in. There is no real damage in there. So if this time around the Paladins go down, or the Detriments go down before that all arrives, you've got nothing. Detriments here, super slow. Even Bulkhead, very slow, so not really catching up to the funnel webs all that quickly. First Detriment is gone. Funnel webs here, just repairing the Merlin and all that. I'm surprised at how long that slow that repair is, actually, but hey. But yeah, more Detriments going down. A lot of shields. You really want some shorter range units just so that you can get inside of the shields. Like these spatulas. Hello there, spatulas. And there they come again. Double Detriment. Moving forwards. That's a lot of burning units, guys. I can't see anything. But honestly, these Detriments, well, still of course completely healthy, but hey, all of a sudden those funnel web shields are gone. And that means that those Tremors are going to do a very nice job. A lot of exploding things, clumped up. Give them one good AoE weapon in Tremor. And all of a sudden that ball is gone. Yeah. Tremor, a mystery. Those are amazing. Just because of that insanely long back time. They don't move forwards at all. These things though are incredibly weird because for some reason, at least last time I used them, they didn't auto skirm. So I wonder if they are going to do anything. Or that they're just going to move forwards and die. Goodbye Detriment. Once again, thank you for your service, but you're gone now. But yeah, I don't like Impalers in Zero Wars. I felt like they should be amazing, right? But nope. Look at where they're going. Easily in range. But they have somewhere to be, and that side is, well, the enemy base, but they can't get there. Yeah, I don't like them. I absolutely hate them in Zero Wars. Detriment, what's your HP looking like right now? Well, decent. I mean, this one is still being constructed over here. So the other ones are all just full HP pretty much. But yeah, by now, the left team, there we go, the left team has secured the middle once again. They have once again secured the middle, yes. Now keep it please. Also, hold on. Is the right-hand team, the eastern team, cheating because they have 4 players? Because their reclaim, since is middle income classed as reclaim? I think so, because it's 12 right now. I think it is. Yet they were getting 16. So they might be getting extra eco just because they have 4 players on their team. If that's true, that is that is cheats. They were talking about a little earlier about Lord Poco, who was facing off against Low Taper Fade in the 1v1. A very serious 1v1. Where in the end Logic spawned in a couple of detriments to finish off Low Taper Fade. You might see it online at some point, that match, in a short. Not really sure yet. But yeah, that's probably why they were like, cheats. Come on. We're losing. We're losing ground. Quite significantly so. I mean, how many tremors by now? 29 tremors. Of course, still 4 in the home base. But yeah, 25 tremors on the field. Each tremor is pretty decent DPS. Not great DPS, don't get me wrong about that. But hey, 430 DPS each. That is, for artillery especially, that's amazing. Even a Merlin's DPS only 280. So yeah, less DPS on that compared to a tremor that is like a little cheaper, like half the price. Yeah, a little under half. I mean, they're not cheap units, but hey. They saturate the front lines very nicely. Luckily enough, the hardness on this is amazing, so it doesn't really go down at all. Come on. There we go. But it's about to end a fear. I mean, the turret has finally gone down. If we check metal income, oh, that has actually gone down way back then, I guess. Yes, I think so. Apparently it was gone for a long time already. I mean, it's so hard to see anything that I didn't notice. But hey. Still, right lobsters were ahead in eco a lot for a long time, but yeah, those detriments kind of punished. Those didn't really do what they wanted them to do, and that was win them the game. That didn't really work out because they are about to lose. Still, the left lobsters also tried getting up a detriment. Well, that was certainly the craziest Zero Wars match I had seen thus far. With those detriments seemingly quite strong at first, but completely backfiring in the end.